I don't know. Give it a shot. That was weird.
Welcome to Break Time Adventure. I'm Blake, and let's get started.
Okay, so here we are in the beautiful port city of Hakodate. Hopefully, I can show you a couple things today. We're going to go to the top of that mountain and back over here. It's hard to do that in reverse, but yeah, I'm excited. Hakodate is a really cool city. It's got a lot of old city feelings, cool places. I don't know. I'm excited to show you it. Not many people get to go to Hakodate, really. It's in Hokkaido. It's the southernmost city of Hokkaido. And if you take the Shinkansen or the bullet train from Tokyo here, you'll stop here and change trains over to a normal train. But this is the last stop of the Shinkansen as of right now. And if you fly to Hokkaido, you're going to stop in Sapporo. So a lot of people skip over Hakodate unless you make it a mission to come here. So let's go explore some of these old, exciting, historic places. So as I walk down the street, you can notice it looks pretty industrial, and that's because it is a shipping town mainly. When Japan opened up its borders, or was forced to open up, this was one of the places that got a lot of shipping. So, as we'll see in a minute here, up on the mountain, there are, gosh, what are they called? There are various embassies and shrines and temples to different places. So there's a Russian temple, or church, sorry. There's a British embassy, and some really cool things. As we're walking, this is the historic area of the red brick warehouses. They're pretty cool. I'm on this tiny bridge. Yeah. This is Lucky Pierro, a super famous hamburger chain in Hakodate. It's really famous down in the south of Hokkaido. I have not been, but I will go soon. Also, Pierro is clown in Japanese, but also French, so. I looked inside, and there's a bunch of Japanese people eating spaghetti. Nothing says California and American coffee like spaghetti. So we are approaching the famous slope. That's what they call this area in Japanese. Shropu. Famous. All of my students talk about this area, and I had no idea what the heck they meant when they said, I went to the slope. But this is it. Sidewalks getting nicer, hills are getting steeper, and buildings are getting older. Here's the old British consulate in Hakodate. Pretty interesting here. Feel free to drop in. Pretty cool. Okay, the show begins. This is Hakodate's community house, public meeting hall. That's what it is. Over here is the old city hall, I believe. There's the mountain. And behind us is the slope with Hakodate in the background. So from the beginning of the video, there's a ship in the background. I was right next to that. This is a pretty cool place. Very different from Japanese standards. Like, that building looks like half Japanese, half Western. The roof is Western, but the bricks are the roof is Japanese, but the bricks are West. These are like Victorian houses. Pretty cool. So this is the old Hakodate City Government Center, according to this sign. And because it's on a hill and built by Western standards, kind of, it's liable to attack by the sea, which is over there. So they moved it over to a Starfort, Goryokaku, something, to be more secure. But this is the old one from like it was built in 1805, 1855? Hold on, I'll edit this. 1855 when the United States opened the port of Hakodate. And then in 1864, switched to the fort. So this is the old public hall in Hakodate. Pretty cool, you can go inside. Very not Japanesey. Apparently, a big fire came throughout the town. 12,000 houses, as you can see there. But this Soma Tepe guy donated $500 to build this. It just says completed, so it's not all of it, but I wish I could build a house like this for $500. I guess not a house, a building. Pretty cool. 500 bucks. I'd love to show you this beautiful church. A Russian church, but it's under construction. However, right across the street is another one, and another one. So as I said, Hakodate is a trading town, and it's similar to like Nagasaki, which is in Nagasaki, south of Japan, Yokohama, which is next to Tokyo, as a port town. So this is kind of the influence you get when the east opens to the west. So you can probably imagine that Nagasaki looked or had some similar influences like this place. It's so weird to see just a huge, I think this is a Roman Catholic church in the middle of Japan, or north of Japan. It's very strange. And right next to that is the Buddhist temple. And behind me was the Russian Orthodox Church. So very, very wild influences here in Hakodate. We'll go over there next. Yes, Roman Catholic Church, 1859. If you ever come to Japan, pretty much like all of the signs will say, this building or whatever burned down this year, this year, this year, and this year. No different with this. Japan, everything burns down in Japan. Heck, the castle in Okinawa just burned down last year, I think it was. And here we are at this giant shrine. Ooh, almost tripped. It's pretty old. It's really big. Kind of looks run down a little bit. Pretty cool though. It's really big. Like, really big. This is bigger than a lot of them I've seen in like Kyoto and stuff. But I don't know what to say. It just kind of looks old and not in a good way. So I see why this one looks a little weird to me. It burned down, like I said, in 1907, and they built it out of concrete. So it doesn't look like normal temples. That's why I was a little confused. Yeah, so apparently the first concrete temple in Japan, according to this sign. But yeah, it's definitely got a different feeling than the wood ones you usually see. Like the pillars in the front of this gate are kind of weird. They look old, like I said. So, I don't know. Up for debate whether concrete is a good thing for temples or not. But I guess it hasn't burned down in 100 years yet, so not too bad. Okay, we are back going to Hakodate. Again, downtown Hakodate. I'm already in Hakodate, but we're going back to where we started. I don't know. Cool view though. Ooh, train or cable car. Cable cars are sweet, and I've ridden a lot of them, but when you're driving around their tracks, it is a pain in the butt. I have no idea what I'm doing when they're on the street next to you. It's really concerning. Oh no, this is a more modern Hakodate tram car. Not the cool old looking ones. They're pretty fun to ride. I rode a couple down in Nagasaki. I've been on the Sapporo one. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Really pain in the butt to drive around though. Like, these roads are so difficult, I think. So this is one of the older tram cars. Pretty cool. Some sushi. All right, so we're at Pierro Burger. Got a nice set here. It's actually a Chinese chicken burger, I guess? Not sure. First look. Looks pretty good. All right, second take. It's a like Chinese teriyaki burger with sweet tea and like a poutine, like the Canadian like gravy and French fries. It's like a really weird mix of different things. Well, that was definitely the strangest meal I've had in a while. I don't know how I feel about it. It was a thing. It's done. But yeah, I guess give it a shot. Lucky clown, or Rocky Pierro, as it's written in Japanese. I don't know. Give it a shot. That was weird. Back in the red brick building district here. Had to take a look at the sign. Good old Commodore Perry, Matthew Perry, came here in his visits with his black ships, which opened Hakodate to what we see here today. Pretty cool. Okay, so I'm at the ropeway. This is the view, but the sign says it's invisible right now. Pretty cool place. I've never taken a tram here. There's a really crazy road that goes to the top that I've taken, but never the tram. Oh, that just looks horrifyingly scary. A, for the guys working on it, and B, to ride in that thing. Yeah. Might not get to see much here. See this cool guy. See me. Wee, I'm on YouTube. Well, suppose they weren't lying when they said it was invisible. There it is, Hakodate. Can't see anything. Seriously, a cool little ramen shop from like the 50s. It feels like they were playing 50s music in there, and it's so old. And like, it's probably the dirtiest restaurant I've been to in a while, but dang, that food was good. And I got the Vietnam ramen. That's what got me out of bed. And got a Heineken, because that's what was popular in Vietnam last time I was there. And Sing Tao, I think. That's the other one. But oh, that was worth it. Okay, so there's two main areas basically. There's the alleys out here, and then there's this building, which is full. There's also a larger area up here, but it's pretty empty during Corona. These are the donberries. There's just so much to look at. Last time I was here, it wasn't, or it was more busy, but it's still pretty packed. I'm trying to be a little discreet here with filming. And the shopkeepers will swarm you as soon as you start looking at their stuff. So I gotta be careful. I didn't get yelled at, I just got like tried to be sold lots of things already. So it's kind of like an overload. The donberries look really good, but they're really expensive. They're like $20 for a small rice bowl. And I'll be honest, the smell of fish here is very strong, but that's obvious. But they have all the live fish, lots of crabs. Hokkaido's famous for crab. So just walking around. Try and get a good representation of everything. Keep my voice down. Try and not look at people. Oh, nice. There we go. It's a little quieter over here. I've walked past this one guy like 3 times, and each time he giggles at me. So it's pretty cool. I've been to the one in Tokyo before it closed down like 4 years ago, and that was crazy. This is less busy, but it's got definitely different vibe. Hold on. Ooh. Lots of stuff to look at. All the bright colors. And abandoned buildings. Crabs. Pierro clown. Lots of stuff. So there you have it. I'm not going to go in the big building and film because it's scary. Pretty cool. And this is right next to Hakodate Station. So if you get here in the morning, you can come and see this. That white building right there. Distance, the column, the red thing in front of it, you see that? That's the station. So here's one of the buildings. You can try some whale if you want. It's not that bad, it's kind of oily. And you don't feel good about yourself eating it, or I don't. So this is the main area, and it's very strong smelling in there. Lots of fish. People. And then there's a restaurant over here, or like a restaurant alley. All the other places, not all of them, but a lot of them serve the donburis. But this is like more of like a strip mall of restaurants. Yeah, there's the station. I guess it's even closer. It wasn't even the white building, it's just this. I'm sure these are delicious. They're super expensive. This is the donburi at the fish market. I was going to eat donburi, but I can't. Not in the morning. That does not, it's not sitting well with my stomach. Oh, my stomach does not feel good after all that fish. I didn't even eat it. Oh, I feel queasy. We are at Goryokaku Park, and there's not much to see now, but we're going to go up in the tower. So, we didn't get to see anything from yesterday's failed mountain, but we will get to go up in the tower and see Hakodate. So, here we are at the top of the tower. there's the mountain I was on last night in the cloud. Couldn't see anything. So we have the Pacific Ocean over there and the Sea of Japan over here. It's pretty cool. But the real star of the show is this. The Star Castle, Starfort. This. So here is the Starfort, and we're gonna walk down there later. Really a cool area. There's tons of cherry blossoms. All these trees that you see that look dead are cherry blossom trees, which will bloom in probably 2 weeks, I think was the forecast, 2 or 3 weeks. Hokkaido's the last, but this is the first place in Hokkaido that gets cherry blossoms. And it's super pretty. Ocean, mountains, fort. What else do you need? When you're up there, on top of the mountain where that weather station is, that's the gondola station, you can see Honshu, the main island, on the other side on a clear day. Way out there, that mountain right there, around behind it is another castle known as Matsume, and it's the only castle in Hakodate. This is a fort. I mean, it's kind of a castle, but not a Japanese style one. Had to get a little ice cream for a Shinsen Gumi mix. It's a Ramune flavored for the Starfort. That is one cool thing in Japan. I can just go into a tower and eat ice cream. Pretty good. Tastes like bubblegum. This is definitely cool. So let's get out of the tower and head down into the fort. Nice. So this castle is famous for one historical battle. One. And this guy. Hijikata Toshio. Yeah. So now we're down eye level here, crossing the bridge across the first star part of the fort. I'm pretty sure in the summer they have boats you can rent to go out here. And then also there's like a cafe. It's a pretty nice area. It's a really cool park. And like I said, all these trees that look dead are cherry blossom trees. I have lived here for 3 cherry blossom seasons, and I have never seen it be cherry blossoms here. I have always missed it, and I'm gonna miss it again this year, I think. And it makes me sad inside. But it's a really cool park. This is like my 5th time coming here because I enjoy it so much. Yeah, there's a little dock for boats. Swan boats, probably. The walls are fun to walk through. And you can go around on all these. I don't know about some of the inside ones, but I know the outside ones, there's steps. Yeah, like right there. And you can walk around. It's really nice. So yesterday when I was filming, I talked about that blue house, the city hall, or city government. This is what they rebuilt it for, or into. This is the new one. Well, yeah. This is cool because it's actually rebuilt all on the inside using original methods and wood. So it's pretty different. It's not fully rebuilt, I don't think, but most of it is, like 90% or something. It's really cool on the inside. All wood, original style. Yeah. In the summer, the festivals and stuff here, I've seen it pretty busy. But with Corona right now, it's pretty empty. There's a palace in Nagoya that's really sweet. They rebuilt it. I recommend that. So these squares are other buildings that they haven't rebuilt. They're the outlines of the path, so that dark spot there is a building and rooms and different things. But they have this. Oh, here we can see the map. So the blue part is what's built, and the yellow part is what has not been rebuilt. As you can see there, it's here. But it's really cool. Okay. So I guess we have a minute. We're down in the Starfort here. Talk about the history of it here quickly. So basically, this is the last stand of the Tokugawa shogunate's forces before the Meiji Restoration. And what that was when Matthew Perry opened the doors to Japan. A lot of people were not happy with the shogunate, claiming him weak, but the shogunate's forces, the Shinsengumi, which Toshio Hijikata was the vice commander, stayed with the shogun and became his troops during the Boshin War. And this fort was their last stand to defend the shogunate and Meiji Restoration, or stop the Meiji Restoration. That is the very shortest explanation. Basically the last stand of the shogun. And the Hijikata Toshio guy is really famous because he's sweet. Well, I think we've done just about everything we can do in a day in Hakodate. I really could have done this in one day had I gotten up at like 6 a.m. But I didn't, and I'm lazy, and it's my vacation. So, 2 days, 2 nights, 2 days, and we have done quite a bit. We walked around the old corridor, saw the red brick warehouses. We went to the different churches of places. Sorry, my hair is just, it's windy. Went to the churches, went to the gondola. Unfortunately, could not see anything. This morning, went to the fish market, and I got sick. And then I went to here in Goryokaku. And now we are at the Starfort. So there are plenty of other things you can do in Hakodate, and it's really famous for seafood. But if you have a day, very easy. I walked everywhere except here because I'm going home after this. But very cool place, lots of stuff to do. Park is really nice. Cherry blossom season, it's beautiful, even though I haven't seen it, and I've lived here for 3 seasons. I've seen so many pictures of it. It's incredible. But I think that's gonna be all for today, unless I do something interesting on the way home. It's been a break time adventure. See you later. Oh, there's such a sweet mountain view behind there. Oh, it's like, looks like the Matterhorn. There's a huge lake here on the right. I can't find it. The drive to and from Hakodate is seriously beautiful. From Sapporo. As long as you don't take the expressway, because the expressway has all these tunnels. There it is. Sweet. The expressway is way faster, but because it's so fast, or it's made to be fast, it just goes straight. And so it goes through tunnels and it's all covered and you can't see anything. So it's really boring. Definitely try and stay off of like the paid tollways when you're driving around Japan. That's one thing I learned on my motorcycle trip across Japan is like as soon as you get on those big highways, you lose all the cool like Japanese-ness. You just get a fast road, which is fine, like if you want that. But I don't. I don't know what mountain that is, but I want to climb it. Look at that thing. That's crazy. I don't know what that is. Like I said, I want to climb it. See, when you take the highway, you don't get these sweet little fishing towns. And I'm right on the ocean. Like, how picturesque, scenic is that? This is sweet. Also, driving at night, and this is really boring because it's just kind of straight. But in the daytime, it's great. It's really cool. And you get to smell all the different towns. Like, whatever the town specializes in, like this one's fishing, smells like fish. Or maybe it's manufacturing, so it smells like a plant. It's kind of interesting, like the different feels and smells and sights and stuff. And it's just a beautiful day. Why didn't I do all my exploring today instead of yesterday when it was raining? Oh well. I'm going to guess that this long ridge line or plateau maybe of mountains probably has something to do with why my town gets so much snow, or why it's still cold. Like, there's like 5 feet of snow on the ground still, but on this side of the mountains there is no snow. So I'm going to guess that that has something to do with it, in my amateur opinion.
Turn right.
Oh, thanks, Google. And these things aren't small, they're pretty far away right now. I mean, like 5 miles? A mile or 2? I don't know. Gotta love the view of the mountains coming up. Reminds me of out west in the US when you get the big mountains and the straight parts and you can't even see the road where it goes. It's so cool. You just wrap around the water too. As far as I can see, there's mountains.